How much do you think that guy that just dances in Mighty Mighty Boss Tones gets paid?
He shouldn't get paid as much as everyone else.
Who made more money, David Lee Roth or Eddie Van Halen?
So fucking typical,
Right.
I don't know what to do.
I guess.
I'm on the steps if I'm feeling kind of woo. Think you're scary, but I don't know what to do. Gotta you, gotta you, cuckoo, cuckoo, hey!
Welcome back to the lot. Oh my God, that was a close one. I didn't think we were gonna make it on.
You made it, man. It's all good.
Our pre-production meeting was all about like going, oh dear shit, we're in trouble.
Yeah, like what, 2 minutes ago? Didn't share anything.
Nothing was working.
Holy crap.
Take it now. You're ready.
Oh, come on, man. That's
Randy ready?
That's
How did he have that ready to go?
I don't know.
Guess what Randy's middle name is?
I don't care. I'm sure.
Max.
Okay.
Nice.
Is that short for Maximilian?
No, he's just Max ready all the time.
Oh God.
Well, we got a big show tonight. We got Ryan's gonna come on early, Ryan Storm, and try to stump Kev. So that'll be a nice little
Good little game we
bit.
got. Yeah.
We got Jaqui Kaplan, who is a phenomenal amateur guitar player. I think it's amateur. She puts out those videos, but awesome. And she's associated with the whole, I don't know, what do you call it? The Corn Brigade?
That's
Corndom.
That's the first question.
That has to be the first question.
But tell us what the fuck's going on with the corn bit.
Yeah. And then
it's just the crew, man.
The Corn Crew.
It's
Well,
the
we'll
crew
find
of
out.
corn. It's the crew
I
of
don't
corn.
know. I'm fascinated. Actually, episode 1.
I'm so fascinated.
Season 1, episode 1, we had Diana on, who had the number 2 pencil crew, and I remember we talked about the pencil crew versus the corn crew. So now it's kind of like full circle. We can hear about the other side, and then we'll have Ben Atkind, the drummer of Goose, along with Greg. Greg's a friend of the show, the publicist for Goose. They're in the studio today, and they're going to call in for a little bit. I don't know how long they'll be on, but that'll be fun. And then to wrap everything up, we'll have Phish Just Jams.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, those guys are cool.
That's a big show.
You guys put out. Yeah, we have a big show. Well, it's a good thing we have a big show because we're missing one person today.
We are.
What's
Our director and producer. We put him in charge of season 2. We put Travis in charge of season 2.
Wait a second.
He did.
Were you saying the moment he got a promotion, he took a vacation?
Yes,
Yep.
that is exactly what I'm saying. He did such a great job last week, and we showered him with compliments. We were like, man, the show looks great. Everything went smooth. Good job. And then him and his girlfriend disappear off into the woods in California somewhere. And we can't find them.
Yeah, actually, that explains why we were having technical difficulties.
Well, yeah, we didn't have Travis.
Oh, before we get too far in, though, we do have a new sponsor.
Oh,
So,
we do?
I wanna share this advertisement that I'm very excited to have this sponsor. This is really
that's
exciting.
right. I remember this now. We do have a new sponsor. This is great.
Axilla Body Spray. Please only use as directed.
That's great.
Oh, that's awesome.
great.
That's
Hold on.
dumb.
When is that the first time you've seen it?
No, he popped it in the thread.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. Yeah, the first time I saw that, I lost it.
Yes, that's
Like,
classic.
oh
That's classic.
And shout out to @MegCaz on the voiceover. You're going to hear her voice a lot on our voiceovers from here on out.
Yeah,
I stayed up watching
so
that
good.
show last night. I'm tired.
Yeah, that was too late for me. I was sleeping through that.
I'm on the West Coast, and I'm still like, I was like, oh my god, it was great. I loved it.
I was a little lost. It seemed like she was critiquing the other people's social media accounts.
If you were lost, you were watching the show absolutely correctly. Trust me. Don't worry about it.
Right.
Longest running show at the Comedy Store, by the way. Yeah, no, that's funny.
It was funny her critiquing the other people's tweets and shit. They're totally straight faced.
This is a ding dong show we're talking about.
Yes,
Yeah.
the ding dong show.
Yeah. Stay up.
I
but it's
tried
great.
and I fell asleep like 20 minutes before.
What kind of drugs do you guys think Travis is on right now? Like he's out in the woods in California somewhere. Like what was his choice?
Hey,
See, I don't know if Travis is the kind of guy that needs to go to North Carolina to try something. Crazy, like, I think he's on the normal mix.
he's just riding a buzz. Just
Did you see the glass house that he stayed in?
yeah, no, you guys like
That
we
is
should
off the
share
hook.
this. We should share this with people, but like he's sending us these crazy pictures. Like he found some random hippie house unoccupied in the middle of nowhere in between forest fires in Northern California because he's fucking Travis and that's what he does with
I'm
his
so
girlfriend.
jealous.
They're having an amazing time. I got a hold of him. He's fine, but damn it.
Him and Margaret.
So far, the technical difficulties we're fine.
They're in the rearview mirror.
So far.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird though because I'm directing again, and so now I'm back to hosting and directing, and you know.
Well, I can direct you to host more if that'll help.
What show is tonight?
Good question.
Yeah, I don't know.
Kev,
man.
what show is?
What
tonight?
show is tonight?
We are so professional.
Wait, you don't actually know? You asked
I
the
have no
question
idea.
not knowing?
I don't. That's why I was asking. Oh, I think it was Chicago. Maybe it's Chicago UIC Pavilion.
It's an Element show.
The Element Show. There you go.
Yeah. Well, guess what?
What song is it you want to hear?
No, it's not that. We got a guest. We have a guest coming. You know our guest. The most amazing fucking guest. Everybody listen to our guest.
Whoa.
Take my advice after all this time and read the fucking book.
Please welcome to the lot, Phish Trivia First Ballot Hall of Famer, Ryan Storm.
Like, I don't know how long we can keep saying it, but I'm looking around, and I'm thinking a lot of you have not read the book.
Hello.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
Hello.
Whoa,
Hello.
shit, that dude's a kid.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's why
I'm 19. I'm 19.
I refer to you as young Ryan because I know a Ryan Lion, and we wouldn't want to confuse the two.
Got it.
what's up,
You're gonna
Ryan?
lie.
Welcome to the
Lie.
lot.
Thank you. I'm very excited to be on tonight. Thank you so much for having me.
You're the
It's,
Yeah.
it's
So
an
you're
honor.
something of a Phish virtuoso when it comes to trivia, right? You've done pretty well.
Somewhat, yes.
Actually, that reminds me. I'm going to give a quick plug. Missy and Baker are returning tonight with the Damn After Show. They also host Phish Trivia. Sorry, I just totally went off of Ryan's thing, but
No, but
we want to give them a plug.
yeah, that's
course.
a good play. Also, I just
Good
have a-
segue.
Am I allowed to drink in front of Ryan?
Yeah,
that
I can
I-
drink. I can legally drink where I am. So
He's
yes.
in Canada. He's
I'm in Canada.
Yeah.
I'm in Canada, so it's
Oh,
here.
how old are you?
This is where I am right now.
Okay.
Very nice.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I guess you still haven't gotten your poster yet because it probably will take them a month to get that through customs and everything.
Not sure. I won't be home for a while anyway. So
There you go. Good answer.
Hey, Ryan, do you have paper with you?
I do. I have a notebook and I have a pen. I'm prepared.
Awesome. I think one of the things we wanted to do, because you're kind of Twitter famous or social media famous in the community
Thank you.
for your trivia knowledge, and our very own Went here is also a bit of a,
Oh boy.
a stat guy. We have a new segment that we prepared for the lot. Here, I actually made an intro for this, and then I'll explain the rules after we introduce it.
Where's Travis when you need him?
dump the boomer.
Oh god.
That's
This-
great.
This
That's
is the most
great.
produced episode we've ever had.
Going swimmingly well, considering.
Next level. Next level.
It's awesome. So I'm gonna ask you guys a question. You'll write down your answer.
Oh boy.
Basically, just let me know when you're done, when you have the answer down, and we'll keep score. And I don't know, we'll make it up as we go. We thought of this.
I feel like you guys are going to be very disappointed with my performance here.
No, don't worry. Don't worry. We'll probably both be 0-3.
Well, we thought of the questions like literally 3 minutes before the show, and
Great.
we were told to make it more 1.0 centric, so that does give an advantage to Went.
Yeah, I was going to say that you're just trying to stump me.
Hey, Ryan, I am on your side on this one. I think
Thank you.
you got this. I've witnessed your brilliance in Phish trivia, and
Thank you for the support.
Oh man, you're the best. Have a beer, man. You're in
All
Canada.
right.
All right, go ahead.
Are you guys ready?
We are.
All right.
Let's do it.
What was the encore for the 10/31/95 show?
That music.
I think.
You guys good?
Yeah.
I believe so.
All right, we'll start with you, Ryan. What do you have?
Frankenstein and Johnny Be Good. Or did they not play Frankenstein? Am I crazy?
You're crazy. You got it wrong.
I thought they played Frankenstein for some reason. Oh wait, I was thinking 12/31/95.
Ding 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 ding. Oh, the boomer got it.
I was thinking 12/31/95. I don't. Oh,
Is that? I don't even know.
why.
Is that right for 12?
Actually, for 12/31,
possibly.
it was Frankenstein and Johnny Be Good.
Okay, so I did the wrong show.
I wrote the wrong date in the question, and you read it wrong. Then
Yeah, I think so. I think we'll go with that.
All right.
All right, this one's a little bit easier, so we'll try to keep it lightning round. What is the 5th song on the album Lawn Boy?
Well, not my area of expertise, Cole.
I know we had to throw in a challenging one there. Ryan?
I have no clue, so I'm just gonna guess "Scent of a Mule."
That was
That
on
is
Hoist.
incorrect.
That was on Hoyt. See, I don't know the studio albums at all. This is a
That
problem.
is also incorrect. The answer we were looking for was the Okipa ceremony.
All right.
Oh,
Okie
too
pie.
bad. That was a weird one.
Oh man. So
Can we get some 3.0 questions?
no?
I
Well,
want to win
going
one.
against the boomer. He's not actually a boomer, by the way.
Around the room, Ryan. How much 3.0 trivia do you think is in this room right now?
That's fair.
Okay.
That's fair.
Welcome to the party.
I mean, I wasn't born until a month after 1.0 ended, so
I have a kid. I have a kid that's 2 years younger than you.
All right, 2 more. How about that?
Oh, 2 more.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
What's the
What
score?
was?
I
Are
got
you guys
half-
ready?
I got half
it's
point.
1-0. Half point.
Well, I thought you guys got a half point because you guessed a 12/31/95.
I'll take a half point.
I think it's still impressive. I didn't know either.
It was very impressive.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right.
What was the last song played over the PA in 1.0?
Ah, I know this. I say it.
Hold on.
Yeah, I gotta give Wen. You gotta give Wen a sec.
That boomer
I have
needs
no idea with that.
Let it be.
Yay! Ryan got it.
And yes,
There we go.
I actually,
All right.
we
So
go.
now for the final question, I'm gonna ask you for the top 5. So whoever
Okay.
gets the most out of 5 will win this question.
All right.
Name the top 5 show openers, meaning
Oh,
not the best, but most played openers of
Oh.
all time. This is all
ooh.
3 eras.
Oh man.
I'm gonna.
I think Missy and Baker should hire us to write some questions.
I know.
These
I wanna
actually
play
aren't
one.
bad for 2 minutes of prep.
You didn't even ask one of the good ones I had.
I don't know. See, I'm just going with like I'm
to
assuming I'm
keep
gonna
it-
get this right for 3.0.
Man, that's tough.
Oh,
I would have gotten 3 of these 5, I think.
All right.
hang on.
Are we good?
Hang on. No.
Okay.
I need 2 more. I need 2 more.
Okay.
You need 2 more? All right.
Mhm. I'm thinking.
Good thing this is on like a 10-minute loop.
I
And
actually
it's
had
super catchy, so I'm cool with this.
Oh, what is?
I went with thinking. Never
I'm
mind.
just throwing out guesses.
All right, you guys want to go back and forth or just list your
Sure,
5 each?
sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
when
we'll
you go
go-
first. You go first.
Me, Julius.
Nope.
Opener?
I have sample.
Nope.
Good.
Oh,
Okie
It's
Pa.
not
That's an
Nope.
upset.
Okay.
I'm not
MoMA.
gonna make that awkward buzzard sound every time, but I'll just say nope.
MoMA.
Nope.
Buried alive.
Yes. Ding 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 ding.
That I didn't think they did it that often.
Back in the
Bag-
90s, they did it
Well,
every
even
other
in
show.
3.0, I mean, in 3.0, I've probably seen 6 or 7 shows that's open with Buried Alive.
See, out of my shows, I've seen sample MoMA or ACDC bag open most of them. so-
ACDC bag is one. Did you choose that?
Yeah.
Ding
yeah,
ding
that
ding
was my
ding
next
ding.
one.
All right, curtain.
Nope.
Oh, good.
Chalk dust.
That is the number 1 answer.
Are
Ding,
you?
ding, ding, ding.
Ooh, wow.
Wow.
All right, my last one is landlady.
Nope.
Punch you in the eye.
And nope.
Oh, that was gonna be my guess. Punching. Okay, can I?
All right.
I think can we refine the search terms for 3.0 and see how well I do?
Next time, we'll have you back on. Actually, we'll talk about this too. I want to riff on this a little bit because we had this idea of doing like a Wook Games or Wook Olympics, and I think you're going to be
Yes.
like an MVP player, like
I'm in.
yeah.
I'm in.
What do you call that? Like the switch hitter? Like you could like play different. I don't know. I'm not a sports guy, but
Good job, Ryan. Good job.
Thank you.
so the list is Chalk Dust Torture. This is 1 to 5. Chalk
Yep.
Dust Torture, Runaway Jim, Buried
Ah.
Alive, ACDC Bag, and Llama.
Llama. Interesting.
Which is actually makes sense, right? Because I know a lot of times it's the drum intro, a lot of times it's the guitar intro. It's a very good cold start song, right?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Also, slow llama is good too.
Slow Llama is super.
I like slow llama.
I can't believe that worked. Holy shit.
See, my take on that whole fast versus slow llama debate is I'd rather them play slow llama than play llama at like Dead and Company tempo.
Oh, right.
Right. No, I
Like
hear-
because they can't play it as fast as they could in the early 90s, so they're reinventing the song, which I'm very okay with.
And Trey doesn't do those kind of drugs anymore that they would play it at Dead and Company.
Exactly.
I have a. This is a. I feel like it's a noob kind of question. But did they go back to playing Fast Llama after they did it slow?
Yeah, so they've gone
Merriweather.
back. They played Fast Llama twice last year, and then Mid Speed Llama last fall.
Oh,
Well,
it's the
all
mid.
3.0 fast llamas are mid-speed llamas because none of them hit like 95,
Yes, you're right.
94
You're right.
llama speed.
I think the closest we've gotten in 3.0, the Jump Truck Llama is pretty
Right.
good.
The one at Merriweather, they played pretty up tempo. In
Yeah,
18 or 17,
In 18,
whenever.
yeah.
The
I like
chat
this
says
comment
that
from
there's
the
no-
chat from the YouTube thread. It says there is no slow llama, only lazy llama.
Oh.
That's good. That's
That
good.
is.
Do you think the Trey just can't play that quick anymore? Because
Well-
I'll put up Del McCory, who is 90 years old and can fucking tear the snot out of a fucking, you know.
I
Well,
mean,
it's not just Trey. First of all, right? Like Phish and Mike and everybody, they have to be able to keep
You're gonna
up.
blame it on the drummers.
but also playing a lot of notes really fast is different than playing llama really fast because llama is really difficult. I've tried to learn the descending riff on organ at the beginning, and I don't know how Paige plays it that fast.
Yeah.
Well, the intricacy of the parts too, like to keep it that tight, that.
But
fast
also
is insane.
even just the one note shredding on the guitar at the beginning. Like I've heard people say, like you can't just play that with your hand. Like your whole body has to be used to do that part.
Hey,
And so-
we actually asked Chad to do a beats per minute study of llama, like when we first started Wook Plus, and we're still waiting on it. So hopefully in 3 years it'll be done.
I started. I gave you in 90. What was the early 90s show that Phish played for dinner and a movie?
89? Oh, or the
No.
95 one.
Yeah, the 95.
Llama.
Or oh no, the Gamehenge one.
Do you
It was-
see this
yeah.
memory though?
It was the Gamehenge one, and it was
I
180.
didn't get to watch that one.
Oh man, that's so.
Well, I'm up here, you know.
Well,
I'm,
yeah,
it's worth it.
yeah, totally. We'll send it to you, man. It'll get
Yeah,
there.
It really isn't everything everyone cracks it up to be.
What?
It's
But
still
Jackie, the two Gamehenge shows they did in 94 were almost like they were doing dry runs to try to create some kind of interactive media thing, a recording of it,
Well, I
a
think-
video of it or something.
Yeah, I saw something a couple weeks ago that the Great Woods show was originally supposed to be a Gamehenge CD-ROM or something. But
There
they didn't
you
end up
go.
doing that.
You
Wait,
know,
so
and they
the-
cop out. They cop out at the end, throwing divided McGrupp on there. Where's the possum? Possum was the last song on the thesis.
Why you
That's
gotta?
still fucking
you gotta
incredible.
hate-
though.
I didn't know that.
Like it.
I just assumed those were all the songs.
No, the original 8 were Through Sloth and then Possum from whatever the first song is.
I didn't know Possum was a Gamehenge song.
Yes, because at the end he says, and then they drove down the road or something, and they go into Possum. I think he needed another
Oh.
song to
Got it.
fill it out.
I think that's
So
what's
he-
wrong with Phish fans.
Oh wait, isn't Possum a Holdsworth song?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, it
Okay.
is.
So it was filler, basically, on the other
Yeah.
side of the cassette.
They were like, "Oh, we don't have enough time. Just throw this one in."
You just got a bonus
Jeff,
point.
you
for
got a
knowing-
tune?
You just got a bonus point for knowing that was a Holdsworth song. By the way, congratulations, +10, Missy. If you're listening, +10 out of the gate for Ryan.
Yeah, I think Ryan won that. Did we actually keep score?
No, he did win it 2.5 to 1.
Yeah.
He didn't quite make it to 3.0, so
No, that's the goal for next time.
that's the
Alright.
goal
We'll
for
have to.
next.
You'll have to help us come up with some Wook games or lock games. or
Yeah, I'm
something.
in. Well, see, but if I help come up with them, then I can't compete. That's the problem.
Well, I helped come up with this, and I didn't compete.
Well, you
They
didn't
did
come up with the questions though.
right?
obviously.
Okay, yeah.
You probably would have known the answers if you
So
did.
all you got to do is throw that idea out there,
Yeah.
you know, and then they figure it out because they're the smart ones.
I want to ask my question that didn't get asked.
Go ahead, ask.
Yeah,
Hit
do
it.
That.
All right, what song came out of Tweezabella on 12/6/97 Auburn Hills?
Twist.
Oh,
Yeah.
I told him the answer. I put it in the he knew it.
What?
Spoiler. It's
Where?
Twist.
What?
Wook just blurted. it
No,
out.
yeah, I knew it. No, he said it. He
Oh,
got
I
it
didn't
right.
hear it.
Oh, did you say it?
I
Yeah.
said it.
He said it. Ryan said
Hey,
it.
this is a great time for a word from our sponsor, our other sponsor.
You have another
Chad,
one?
we actually have 2 sponsors. Can you believe that? shit?
Whoa.
I'm not aware of the other sponsor.
We're
Man,
big
we
time.
were really busy this week. All right, hold
good.
on.
I'm not aware of the other sponsor. I did not.
Oh my god.
Oh, that shit's
I
so
love that.
stupid.
That's so
That's
funny.
great. That is great.
That's awesome.
And it's a strip mall, so which is so fucking America in
That's
2020.
great. They should play Walfredo again.
They should, but it has to be at Merriweather because that's apparently, you know.
My wife
mean,
saw
they-
that promo and she's like, I can't believe you found a Alfredo's restaurant. I was like, I photoshopped that.
Google
I
it.
couldn't believe that shit.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
there's probably like 4,000.
Yeah, it's probably like you Google Walfredo's restaurant. I'm sure there.
Oh, that's
Tons
fun.
of restaurants. I'm sure there's one
Restaurante.
near you.
They need to bring back the rotation jam, and then you can do Rocka William and Walfredo.
Well, they kind of the time to do that would have been 2016 when they were doing a ton of rotation jams.
Right.
And I think if we give them like do a rotation jam again, then we get Trey on the Marimba Lumina every night again. And do we want
I'm
that?
one of the people, and I'm sorry if I'm like that's not popular, but I don't want another Walfredo, and I don't want switching instruments.
Well,
I want
a
Trey
show
on
opening
guitar.
Walfredo, it's good shtick.
Yeah, I know it's cool. Like if you haven't caught one, it's like, oh look,
That's
what
like
is
saying
it?
you
That's
don't want
not
an
even Trey on
Icarus 'cause
drums.
you
That's
want jams.
Paige on drums. I just want Trey on guitar, Phish on drums, Mike on bass, and Paige on keys, and just fucking raging.
That's like saying you don't want an Icarus because you just want them to jam.
I
know.
Like,
Ryan,
it's funny.
I want them to play. I like the shtick. I don't know. It's hard to listen to Walfredo. It's really
Good
like
thing we got a new.
Well,
Taste
that's
as
one of
Bad
those
as
songs
Gumbo.
that you don't listen to after the show. Like,
What about
Yeah.
Rocka Williams?
it's the same thing. Yem vocal jam, you don't listen to after the show.
Oh,
I definitely listen to M vocal jams.
You do?
You gotta
Of
put that.
course.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, as soon as they start the "What's your easy" after the jam, it's a skip.
Wow.
I can't.
I-
I
I'm
can't
with
listen
them.
to it.
Unless I know there's a song in there, like they did "Blister in the Sun" or something.
Yeah.
Hey Ryan, I want to ask you a question.
Yes.
And there's no judgment, but we do flex. You're so young. How many live shows have you been to?
I've only been to 7.
That's so. No,
I would have been at more, but every summer I go to summer camp, which is it's where I am right now. I'm up here doing work. But I saw my first show. I'll just give you the brief synopsis of how I got into Phish. In 2011, my dad went to Super Bowl and then loaded the MP3s from that show onto my iPod when he got back. And I hit shuffle and Reba came on, and it's the Super Bowl Reba, which is amazing. And I was hooked immediately.
Your dad is.
Yes. And then the next June, so I was 11 and a half years old. He took me to Blossom in 2012, which was my first show. Was the one with the Under Pressure, Ice Ice Baby, and like 10 fans on stage doing the meat stick dance. Like that was fun. And then my second show was Rochester in 2013, which was the one bad show of fall 2013, but I still had a great time. And then Wrigley 2016, both nights. And then night 2 and 3 of Rosemont 2018, which are my 2 favorite shows that I've seen. I had a midterm on the Friday night. We flew to Chicago Saturday morning, saw the 2 shows, flew back Monday morning, and I was back at university for my 2:30 p.m. class. Pretty well. My mind was elsewhere.
I was going to ask.
Understandably.
You have family connections in Chicago because you've seen 4 Chicago shows.
No, that just by fluke. I've seen
across
4
the border.
Chicago shows. Yeah,
It's just right across.
and it's
the
not.
border.
No, I'm in Toronto. It's
Oh, you
not
said
even that
Toronto.
close.
Chicago, man.
and then after those 2, I was at the Toronto show last June, which I've seen one show where I live.
What did they do at that Toronto show that was cool?
There was the debut of Ruby Waves.
Yes, that's what it was.
but not the.
Well, it wasn't 38 minutes.
Right, it was the Phish debut of it, Tim. It was
Yeah,
the
we
Phish
got
debut.
a
Oh,
yen
sorry.
in the first set, which was fun.
First set yums are always good. Hey, Wook,
I'm gonna jump in because we actually have our next guest, and I want to keep this
yes.
moving.
God, this time flies.
Hang
so
out, Ryan.
Ryan,
if
you're
you
welcome.
can.
I'll hang out for a few more.
If you want.
Aw shucks, this might sound corny, but we're all ears for our next guest, the sweet and hilarious guitar-playing happy camper, the amazing Jaqui Kaplan.
Never packed more puns into one intro.
That was a very pun-heavy intro.
You guys did great.
Hey, how are you doing, Jackie? Oh, look at that!
We have so many questions about the corn.
I feel left out. I don't have a corn background.
I
Neither
wish
do
I had
I.
a
You're
corn
good.
background. I don't have anything.
The corn outfit is awesome, though. So I don't even know how to ask this question, but I'm sure you've been asked it before. What is the deal? I'll do it like Seinfeld. What's the deal with corn? What is the corn deal? What is the story behind the corn? Is there a story?
Top secret.
Oh no.
No, honestly, it just started as a joke. Like pretty much anything me and my friends do in life is like, it would be really funny if blank, and then we just kind of take it to the next level.
And now it's like this weird cryptic thing that everybody's aware of, but everybody's like, what's going on? Why
Well,
is
it's
there
the
corn?
Paige sandwiches thing. It's like everybody's like, wait, so what's the story with Paige liking sandwiches? What's the backstory? And I'm pretty sure nobody, maybe Ryan knows. Like nobody actually knows the
He
back-
acknowledged it in a dinner and a movie
I
recipe.
know.
He was like, I don't know where it came from.
I
but-
thought he actually just liked sandwiches.
No, he was,
There's
no, he was
nothing
just
more
like,
to
I
that.
like sandwiches. Like, I'm not obsessed with them, but here's a sandwich recipe.
Sure.
But he doesn't put salt on his burgers, so.
So that's it. It was just a funny thing. Was that you and Becky?
Yeah,
do that?
Becky, my soulmate. Yeah, I mean, it was really funny. I mean, imagine just like you and all your buddies like getting down at a Phish show wearing matching vegetable shirts. Like it's really funny. And then it comes in handy too, because I'm sure all of you have been on the floor or at like a GA venue and you go to the bathroom and you're like, okay, snack stations here, guy in the red hat's here, I'm gonna make my way back, but usually you can't. So you're like coming back and you're looking around, you're trying to find your friends, and then somebody's always like, oh, like your friends are over there, because they're all wearing the same shirt.
Well, I actually use you guys and Diana with the pencil. I use both of you as directions. I'll say, oh, hang a left at the pencil, go 2 rows past the corn folk, and then, you know. So has this grown outside of your group, do you think? Because it feels big. Like, I don't know if it seems, or do you just have a large group of friends that are into the corn thing? Have people started adopting it? I don't know. This is fascinating to me. You guys can cut me off if you're not interested about the corn thing, but I'm fascinated by it.
I tried to cut you off, but you just rolled right over me because I do want to get into how an amazing guitar player she is. But
Yeah, we got time. We got a long set.
I know we have a lot of time, so continue, please. I was also going to say that most normal people meet by like Kuroda. You know, it's like we don't find people dressed in corn costumes, but point taken.
Yeah, it was funny though.
No, it was funny. Great. I was just like, I'm an average, like I'm a, you know.
Okay, boomer.
Yeah.
All right.
Like we meet
Back
by
to you, Jack.
Back to you. I'm sorry.
Really funny. I mean, we have a large group of friends, but honestly, like we've said on Twitter, like if you want to buy a corn shirt and come hang out with us at Dick's or whatever, like do it. It's great. It's funny. Like we don't want to be exclusive or anything, but it's also been really funny because there have been multiple occasions where like corn night was night 2 of a run, and on night 1 one of our friends happened to run into just like a random person wearing this corn shirt, and they're like, dude, there's like 20 of us wearing that shirt tomorrow, you have to wear it again tomorrow. And both times, I think it happened twice, and both times, like sure enough, they wore their same sweaty shirt again, and we ran into them again. And it was just like the funniest thing.
That's great.
That is awesome.
Always funny things happen when it's corn night.
Oh my god, I gotta know when I'm gonna do it.
You absolutely should. And at Deer Creek next time, I think every night's just going to be corn night because
Yeah, I feel like Deer
Bit of
Creek it has to
cornfield.
just be the
Yeah.
whole run is corn.
Corn Creek.
Oh,
What-
and also to your question about like how big it's gotten, I don't know, but I remember for last Dick's, there was a poll going around on Twitter that was like, what are you wearing? Are you wearing silver for Phish's anniversary? Are you wearing corn, or are you not doing either? And they're like, corn's made it. We had like a pretty solid percentage of the vote.
It's definitely part of the lexicon. I mean, like it's part of the scene for sure.
That's so funny.
Man, that's crazy. I assumed when I saw it, like you brought up Deer
That's a White Claw and a corn koozie. I'm sorry, but that is the most Phish. That is the most Phish situation I've ever seen.
Jackie, you are right welcome on the lot anytime. Corn.
Now it feels like the lot. Now that's legit.
I
Like
asked these guys.
sprinkled in.
I asked these guys, I was like, when I knew you were coming on, I'm like, hey, what can you guys tell me about the corn thing? Because I've been to so many Deer Creek shows, and I assumed it had something to do with Deer Creek because so many nights after a show, I would be wandering through cornfields, lost, completely trying to find my campsite. And I was like, oh, there must be like some kind of Midwest Deer Creek tie-in, but it's not that. It was just completely random.
Well, I think so. I've been watching the show Dark. I don't know if anybody's been watching that. And so that has to do with like time travel and stuff. So I'm thinking because there's actually like multiple corn references in Phish's history that I feel like that it's like gone back in time and like planted itself and just like
Rocka Williams.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Williams, Children
Speaking
of the Corn.
I was gonna say, hold on a second. I need Ryan and Kevin to come up with 5 corn references songs. Go.
Oh my God.
Well, Rocka Williams.
That was it.
Very good trivia.
Maze.
Hey, well, yeah.
That's pushing it. That's pushing it.
I think that's all they got.
I got nothing.
Yeah, what you got, Jackie?
For the corn Phish trivia.
Yeah.
Well, there's the corn Deer Creek poster, best poster ever. There's also I want to say it's like I'm not good with like dates and remembering things, but there's like a 95, I want to say it's like Bethelwood show Makisupa, where Phish just says corn.
That's the secret word.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's also a shirt, like an old Phish shirt that has a corn cob on it. So we're deeply ingrained. I think like the history is just a lot more elaborate.
Ingrained.
Oh,
doesn't gumbo have corn?
Ryan was pulling for a pun there.
No, you do
Yeah,
not put,
nobody-
you do
nobody
not
heard
put corn in gumbo. You do not.
Nobody
put corn in
heard
gumbo.
that.
I'm all ears. Hey,
Ah,
boom.
that's a good one.
God.
Okay. Jackie, so when I heard you were coming on the show, I started following you on Twitter. You're an amazing guitar player. My God.
You.
So talented. How long have you been playing?
I started playing, like dabbling in high school and college a little bit, but it was really casual, just like teaching myself some songs here and there. And then I put it down for a while, and then probably like 8 years ago or something, I picked it up again. I think what happened was for my career path, I had to like work nights for a while. So I was like just all by myself during the day while all my friends and everybody had to work nights. So I was like, oh, I need to like rekindle some of my old hobbies. And I started playing again and got more serious. And I love it. It's like, I'm like you guys said, like I'm not like a professional player, but it's really fun and it's rewarding. And it's just like, it could endlessly take up your time.
Did the grind? Oh, sorry. Just one question on the guitar. Did the grind 4-piece ever get finished? I think the last I saw it was grind, right? Glide. Sorry. Yeah. Brain. Hey, I'm
Both
Jimmy hands deep. The glide. Yeah. The switch is flipped. It's switched.
Grind that glide.
Did the glide quad ever get finished? I think we were missing Phish last time I saw it.
Yeah, I think so. I think there were a couple keyboardists who added, which was like just the coolest thing. Like the internet is bad in so many ways, but that kind of just inspirational people making music, people making art and stuff is really awesome. So I don't think I ever saw a drummer. I don't think so.
Ben Atkins coming on later. We got to have him.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's my thing. I'm just trying to stick around long enough to meet him.
You're welcome to hang out. You're here.
Yeah, we love it.
Again, so I believe the word Wook used earlier was amateur guitar player, which is, but
it's not insulting. It just
no,
means
it wasn't, but no, but
I think it's right.
no, but the question that made me think of immediately was, have you ever been paid to play guitar?
No, I'm not seeking that out either. But I usually just like, he's right. Like I usually just like play by myself at home, you know, just kind of like a bedroom guitar player.
No, you're good, right? Do you know that?
It's hard to say. Like, I feel like I'm better at learning specific things than I am at like making my own music and stuff, but I'm working on it all. So maybe
I feel that.
What kind of guitar do you play?
I have a Fender Strat.
Very
Hey, Llama.
nice.
What's the recipe tonight? Is that right?
Yeah, it's a corn risotto.
It's corn.
Good timing.
That's awesome. We fully went in with the corn thing too. That's the thumbnail for tonight's show. The whole show is corn themed.
It's perfect. Look at
I should have worn yellow.
I'm
I feel left out.
behind you. Make me hungry.
I almost went out and bought a Korn, like the band with the K t-shirt, just to just be an idiot, but I spend my money on enough
There's
stupid shit.
also like a lot of other people out there in the world who are obsessed with corn. Like there's Facebook groups that, believe it or not, we did not make. Entire accounts devoted to corn memes. It's great. It's just deep entrenched in the history of the world.
Well, that's like an
Amazing.
did you just change your name to Colonel Went with a K? Jesus God. I just I get something out of the corner of my eye. I was like, what just changed in the chat room? And I was like, oh, he went full pun. Should I just go world's greatest corn? Just get it out of the way right now.
I think Colonel Wen is a little bit.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah, that's funny. Yours, not so much.
I know. Hey,
backgrounds. Otherwise, I would have thought of something more creative.
Hey, Jackie, what's the last live show you saw?
The last live show was the Wood Brothers, who are one of my favorites, out here in LA in like mid-March. And I'm glad it was a really good one, so it could hold me over for a little while, but I definitely had no idea it would be this long without live music.
You've been watching live streams? Does that count?
No.
I mean, it's not the same, but definitely watching a bunch. It's something.
It's weird watching someone in their living room that you really have paid money to see, you know, like.
You know what? I'm jealous of all of you that you live in the States because nobody comes to Toronto.
And it's a nice city.
And I keep being like, oh my God, there's like a drive-in like near the border. Like I want to go, but then I have to quarantine for 2 weeks.
I'm sorry. I'd never want this show to be political, but until November 3rd or January 1st, you can never say you're jealous of us right
That's
now.
fair. I'm jealous of the music situation.
In a heartbeat.
Okay. The pre-COVID, I was jealous of being able to see bands where you live.
Right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
My last show was
summer
I
camp.
saw Corey
Ryan's in
Wong in
summer
January.
camp right now, surrounded in gorgeous nature.
Okay,
Jackie
yes.
and I
Ryan,
LA,
show us the lake again.
it's so hot here.
Yeah, let's see the lake.
Yeah,
Got some
There it is.
That's
good
not
lighting.
like a digital background. Like that's legit where you are.
No, this
right
is
now.
real. This is real.
Okay.
What's the temperature up there?
It's a bit chilly. It's like
In Fahrenheit.
okay. I
too.
don't know. I don't know in Fahrenheit. It's like probably 12 or 13 Celsius right now. It's gonna be like
If we had a producer, this
7
would be
degrees
converted
later.
already, but
It's like 50 degrees.
yeah. It's nice. It's warmer during the day, but yeah.
When I
this
went
time of
when I
year
went
gets
to
a little
Lemon
chilly.
Wheel, when I went to Lemon Wheel the first time, I took a couple t-shirts and shorts. I was so cold the first night I had to get in my buddy's car and start it to fucking heat myself up.
In the middle of July. Oh no,
August.
that was August. That
Yeah, it was like
August.
40
Oswego was
degrees,
July.
45 degrees at night, something like that. I was
Oh my
not
God.
ready for that shit.
Yeah.
Ryan,
It's usually
there's
yeah.
a Phish cover band up by you. We have some good friends up there in Toronto that
the Lizards.
The Lizards, yeah. Do you go see them?
Yeah. I love the Lizards.
Awesome.
they were. We did a Phish cover band bracket a couple of years ago, and they were like
They should have
number-
won.
I think they're three.
Not enough people
third.
know them. That's the problem.
Well, they got a good reception though, especially for Toronto. I mean,
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
why I was like they are definitely the best one out there in my totally biased opinion.
that's fair. I mean, Runaway Gin won, and we have a connection with Andy. I mean, like he's a friend of the show and a friend of ours. But I would
Right.
say they're up there though. They're probably tied.
Yeah, I
You'll be
think
diplomatic.
it's a lot more difficult to discern the Lizards from Phish sometimes. I find like if you close your eyes and you just listen while you're at the show, like
That's
you
a
could
bold
mistake them for
statement.
Phish.
A bold assertion.
Not current Phish, but they're playing in the way especially the guitarist has worked on recreating Trey's tone. It's just
Yeah.
they're awesome. People
Wow.
watching, if you haven't listened to them, go look them up and listen to them.
So Tim, did you include like pink talking fish that only plays some fish, or were they strictly fish covers?
I believe we included Pink Talking Fish and Jazz's Fish and gave them first round buys.
We all know that the best Phish cover band out there is Storm Free, which is my family Phish cover band. So
Are you in it?
Where can we see
yes. Twitter at Storm Free with a PH and Instagram at Storm Free with a PH.
Kev,
look us up.
that or
We're
share
pretty cool.
that on our account.
I will. That's a nice plug there.
Yeah.
Jackie, do you have anything to plug? We're going to be burning time.
It's me,
for a few
my
minutes,
dad, and my brother.
Eat corn.
Eat corn. So, what is your favorite corn recipe?
I love it traditional, just grilled. I love the elotes. I'm going to be making some of those later. I'm not going the full corn risotto recipe from .com, I guess, today. I mean, corn is really great. Anyway,
corn count.
Also, speaking of .net, I'm gonna plug one more thing. Jam of the Era 3.0. We did a different one because you did one like a year ago.
Are you
but
running
we did
that?
a different. Yeah.
Okay.
It's different rules than the one you did. It wasn't meant to like encroach on your territory. We didn't include.
I don't own the
like,
bracket
he didn't
territory.
know that,
Everybody
We didn't include festival sets. We didn't do segues, so tweezer pants was separated.
so you did it right. You didn't fuck it up like I did.
Yeah. So the finals are Ruby Waves versus Tweezer. Voting ends Thursday morning.
Tahoe Tweezer.
Go vote on Tahoe Tweezer and Alpine Ruby Waves. Those are the two.
Wait, I want to hear
finalists.
what everybody's opinion is on that. I think I know, but Ryan, all right, well, you can go first. Do you have an
I'm
opinion?
Team Tahoe Tweezer. You can't beat that jam for me. I like, Ruby Waves is obviously amazing, and it took me so long to decide between the two, but Tahoe Tweezer.
Can we just team up with .net, because we always end up doing the same brackets, and like you guys have a lot more like organization and it's more thought out. But no offense, they look like shit, and my brackets look decent.
I will message you about that.
All right, we'll talk.
We got
Jackie
bracket.
Tahoe Tweezer or Ruby Waves?
it's a tough call. I've listened to Ruby Waves a lot since it happened, and I feel like it's been longer since I listened to the Tahoe Tweezer, so it's hard to say. But also 12:30 Tweezer, which happened to be Corn Night.
That lost to Ruby Waves in the Final Four. So
Bad opinion.
This the 12:30-19, right? This just
yeah.
Which they actually played Ruby Waves that night too. I feel like that was like a homage or like a tilt to the hat.
Like
tip of the hat.
Yeah.
All right, so what do you go? You're going 12:30 Tweezer? Wait, no, that wasn't the question.
No, it wasn't.
That was not one of the options.
It was Tahoe Tweezer.
I mean, I'll say Ruby Waves because that's definitely what's most recent on my mind.
Go vote.
Chad, you want to get on this?
Well, I missed the whole thing because my internet got knocked out. For a second.
All right, you want to get on
I-
this?
like I didn't hear any of what you're talking about. So what's the question?
Tahoe Tweezer or Ruby Waves?
I'm gonna always bias Wisconsin. Alpine
Ruby
Waves.
Waves or Ruby
Yeah,
Waves,
I'm always gonna bias Wisconsin.
Got it.
Yama.
They have a lot of corn.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the tally's at right now, but I'm sure it's a close matchup. So
Tahoe Tweezer is good. I mean, Tahoe Tweezer.
Let Lama answer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Alpine Ruby Waves. That's attendance bias.
My dad was in the pit for that show.
Nice.
What about you,
Yeah.
Went?
The Alpine Ruby Waves is all hype. I'm going Tweezer.
Ooh, that's a bold claim.
Okay, Boomer.
It seems very rehearsed. This is my conspiracy theory. It was very rehearsed, and a week later they released the Trey movie, and he says a line in it, Ruby Waves is going nowhere. I think they set it up as a joke for the movie.
Oh my god. No, they premiered the movie in April.
Yeah, it was released.
That would be really
after-
funny if they played that long of a con on it.
That's my conspiracy theory.
Like, hey, make sure you get this shot of me saying Ruby Waves goes nowhere. So in 2019, we can jam it out for 38 minutes, and the joke will be on everyone then.
I have a this might be a morbidly curious question. You've brought up your dad taking you to shows a couple times now, Ryan.
Yeah.
I want to know if either Kevin and I are older than your dad. So how old is your dad?
49.
Oh, woo!
I am the same age as your dad.
Wait. Are we gonna have a Star Wars moment? Kevin, are you Ryan's father?
Wow, that was close though. I barely made it under. Wow.
Yeah, no, I'm 49. I'm closer to 50 though than 49. So
That's funny. That's funny.
I love that Phish is multi-generational though, and
yeah.
that it's bringing in younger fans. And
My little brother saw his first show at 5. So.
Oh.
Has he seen 8 shows now? Like one
He's
more.
seen 7. He's also seen
yes.
7.
All
Not
right.
the same 7, but he's seen
Hey,
7.
interesting.
Jackie, you want to flex a number?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh,
How many shows I've been to?
Yeah.
I think I'm
you
pretty
don't
sure-
have to answer, by the way.
You have
Don't feel pressured. I hate
If
the
you're not
flex
comfortable
question.
I love it.
divulging the number.
Nervous. I think before all this happened, I think I was at 74.
Oh,
Very
That's
so jealous.
respectable. That's a good number.
And how far back? How far back?
What's that?
How far
What was
back?
your first show?
Oh, I mean, I still consider myself a noob by all standards. My first show was in 2013 at the Hollywood Bowl.
Very nice. Cool.
oh hell
Wait,
yeah.
are you
I
West
saw my
Coast?
first show before you.
Yeah.
That's great. Flex it, flex it.
Oh, this is a cool update. Greg and Ben are tracking vocals right now, and then they're gonna join in. I just think studio time is so cool. I wish I was a musician.
I heard this Beatles thing. I heard this Beatles thing today where they were doing Dylan tunes during the Let It Be sessions, which was fascinating.
Huh.
Yeah, I did you read that the Rolling Stone article? I think it was.
Yeah, I
Like the
can't.
really long
Rolling
one?
Stone is mad at me. They don't give me any more articles this month, but I did read it somewhere. Someone.
They're not mad at you.
Yeah, I don't think they specifically like you are being singled out. We're not giving you any more articles.
Not personal.
Here your cash, and then you can go back in and.
I almost unfollowed them on Twitter because they kept trying to make me pay to see the article.
If you open it in a private tab, you don't have to pay.
Well, there's your answer. Thank you,
tip.
Mama.
Good tip.
Incognito.
Okay. I'll remember that.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead, Ryan.
well,
Dead
for
air.
the brackets, we are potentially, you heard it here first. We are thinking about doing a Jam of the Year 1998 starting later in September.
I'm totally going to outshine you guys. I'm totally gonna
yeah.
fuck up your bracket game.
I'm sure. What
'Cause
what,
we've
what
already
bracket
done
do
all
you have
the.
coming
I've already
this
got
fall?
all the legwork done.
No, what bracket do you have coming this fall?
Well, because we are indecisive and have a lot of great ideas, we're gonna do a very quick bracket in order to determine what the next bracket we do is.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
We are the big
also-
one's coming
we also
up though.
do
We're gonna
ours-
redo the Grateful bracket. We're gonna do an Umphreys bracket, and I think we are going to do an overall 1.0 jam bracket because we've done the 3.0 jam bracket and the 2.0.
Seating for that'll be hard.
Yeah, it's hard as shit. That's why we
What we
waited
did
so long.
What we do for seating is we make a spreadsheet, and then people rank their top 64 jams, and then using weighted average from all the submissions, that's how they get seated
64
for a bracket. Yeah, you guys do way more.
Well,
We stick to a
sometimes I mean the
64
jam
bracket.
brackets are
Right.
smaller.
Well, so no, for the 3.0 bracket, like we did a top 64.
Very nice.
So wait, how did you get tied? How did you get in with .net and all that?
They've been doing Jam of the Year since I think 2014, and then I didn't get involved until the 2019 bracket. But I was like last fall, I was like, hey, I want to help out with this, and they were like, okay, and so I helped out with the 2019 bracket, and then in April, people were like, hey, like we're stuck here, like let's do another bracket, and so I was talking to the committee, I was like, let's just do a 3.0 bracket. And so we did a 3.0 bracket.
Did you vote in my 3.0 bracket?
I did. I was I was at camp for part of it. So I got back from camp and my favorite jam had already been eliminated.
It's such
Which is the Baker's
bullshit.
Dozen Chalk Dust. Which
Yeah, that shouldn't have happened.
it lost to the Dick's 2012 Light in my bracket, and I'm still pissed off about that.
We should
the-
work
in the
together,
Elite
though.
Eight.
That'd be fun.
Yeah,
Wait, how pissed off?
extremely.
Well, extremely.
Yes.
Really?
Extremely
He's
pissed off.
Canadian. He's Canadian. He's really pissed off. If he's
I didn't think
extremely
Canadians
pissed
got
off.
to- I didn't
This is how angry I get.
He gets angry with a smile on his face. That's how angry.
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
I'm angry about a Phish bracket, so it's not like detrimental to my life, but
Oh, well, that's not common, actually. Most people, it's very fucking serious.
I mean, I won
They
Melt.
take it way
I
too
won Melt
serious.
of the Day once.
I
so
was just gonna ask him. Like, I do think you actually did win Melt of the Day one time.
I did.
That's how I
Well,
first got to
you know, typing out being angry at a Phish bracket is very different than me
Actually
reacting in
being
real
angry.
life because I was flipping out in the thread when it was losing.
Yeah.
Jackie, you ever have a big melt at a
She's like, I don't
bracket?
even know what you guys are talking about. What
I
the
mean, honestly, I get so nervous about the brackets. I usually don't vote on them.
Wow.
Like, want them all to win.
Nobody can
Do a
see your
bracket
vote,
on
though.
corn, on like methods of eating corn. That would be really successful.
Okay.
The
Hold
corn
on.
bracket.
Do you go left to right or random or around in a circle?
I'm just not a
ways-
cob guy.
different ways to eat corn. Go.
Boiled, grilled, smoked, located,
And burrito bowl.
bread.
Boil them, mash them, stick them in the stew.
I'm already calling Jackie the winner. Like,
Corn kebabs.
Corn clown.
I was like, wow, I got serious Forrest Gump vibe for a second.
No, Jackie's the one. Jackie's the one you base the answers off of for the trivia question. Like everyone else has to like try to guess what hers would be.
Oh yeah, good. What did Jackie write on her card?
Exactly.
That's a fun game.
I
Like,
think
which
that is a game, but it's just not relating to corn.
It's
Balderdash, like it's a game.
It's
Yeah,
definitely
no,
a
It's
game.
called the match game.
yeah,
It used to
yeah.
be on TV in the 60s.
which was also the. Oh, all right, Cav, you want to tell her some more about the '60s?
No. Okay, Boomer.
I have
Hey,
a-
we have our next
Jackie.
guest.
Hey.
Yay! Thank God. Everybody's like, "Whoo!"
Just-
We got through that awkward 5 minutes. Oh Jesus Christ! What are we doing?
My internet went out.
A man who needs no motherfucking introduction. The motherfucking drummer from Motherfucking Goose, Ben Atkind.
And Greg.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Hey,
Hey, what's up, kids?
hey guys.
The intro, that was awesome.
You're welcome, man. I had to talk Maggie, who did the voiceover there, into saying motherfucking 3 times because I was just like, how else do we introduce this guy?
Tell Maggie I appreciate her efforts.
I will. I'm sure she's watching. Right now.
I think
Yeah.
that Chris Chad, you're like, oh, who do we have coming on the show? I was like, motherfucking Ben from motherfucking Goose.
Yeah, I think that's actually how it happened. Yeah.
You're like, yeah. Pump
Hey,
up.
Greg, good to see you again.
Yeah, I was my post bingo tour fame has been waning, so I gotta bring it higher done here.
You gotta come on the lot. To get,
Like,
get
I'm
the
still
cred up
here.
again.
Who's over Greg, who's over your right shoulder back there?
Oh, this is my buddy Robbie Chemical.
Hey, Robbie, what's up?
Well,
This is like the dopest flex I've ever been able to like do in my life. I'm recording some tracks right now that I've written over the years with these guys, and so we're like in the studio. I just feel like I look way more professional than I am. Nothing better than the lot, to just flex heavily.
Well, you know what?
Nice.
Having that dope ass mixing board behind you is a pretty huge flex. I'm just gonna say.
There's
How'd the sessions go? Did you get all the tracks down? Everything went well?
Yeah, things I was getting a little pitchy, my vocals, so we decided it was probably a good time to call in.
How did Ben do?
Oh my god. First time relaxing, because he does 2 takes and it's like,
We're having a good time. I'm just, playing at his tracks and trying to figure out what we want to do. And, it's nice being back in the studio. It's places.
Is
That's
there a
awesome,
studio in
man.
Connecticut?
No, we're in Brooklyn. We're at Gary's Electric.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm from Connecticut, and I just have to say that like Goose is definitely one of the cooler things that have come out of Connecticut in the past few years. So I was like, yay, Goose.
I also don't like Connecticut, but I'm there. So
I gotta say also that you know, I'm a huge Goose fan as of I think January. The Williamsburg hot tea showed up in my YouTube, and I was like, oh, I'll check this out, and then I was like, whoa. And Bingo Tour was insane. I also stuck around this whole time and am burning lots of data here just to meet you. So
I was gonna sell you out, Ryan. I was gonna say earlier, Ryan said that he was only sticking around to meet you, Ben. So.
and I love the company of all of you lovely people.
No, that's
it's
not
all
what
for
it
me.
was. Not what it was.
I've had kind of a burning question that I've been waiting to discuss with this cohort after our after our Great American Rock Bracket chats. I just thought that you guys would be able to like contribute to this.
Let's go.
And I don't like the whole female she-devil trope in terms of bands, but I'm wondering, who do you think did less for their respective projects that they were associated with? Donna Jean or Yoko Ono?
Yoko.
yeah.
Without a doubt, Yoko.
Yeah. Like,
Well,
but
I-
Donna's an honorable
Have you ever
mention.
Have you ever heard Yoko Ono's Space Piece album?
No.
I mean, it's fucking fantastic. It's the
Oh,
best thing
yeah,
she
we have
ever
a
did.
vote. We have a vote for Yoko now. We got a pro Yoko vote.
You know,
Well, I
well,
think I have recency bias. I have recency bias because everybody was celebrating Donna's birthday.
Exactly. Right.
So I'm a little, I have to think about that a little bit more.
I mean, I lost sleep over it, but it's been so unanimous here that I guess my opinion.
How are you feeling, Greg? Last time we talked, you were a bit
Well, it was rough last time we talked.
well, no, but I think you had just got the Rona.
So I'm a Rona survivor officially.
Yeah, baby.
Woo!
Cheers.
Cheers. Plus 50.
But yeah, it's honestly it's like a little bit strange, just the after effects. Like I don't want to really delve too deep into my medical situation, but I've had like strange stuff like skin peeling that I wouldn't have ever expected. Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, does anyone else have this issue or did it precede Corona? But yeah, I'm
Are you
fine.
doing all right though overall?
Yeah, I'm breathing my antibodies all over these microphones.
You're saving these guys' lives right now.
Yeah, that's why.
Hey,
That's why you're
Ben.
there.
Ben, have you been tested?
No, I haven't.
You just like, I'm cool, man. I'm around Greg. I'm like good.
No, I mean, honestly, I went into the city today, and I think it was the longest like sustained period of wearing my mask. And the train was like pretty empty. It was pretty easy getting here. I felt actually like pretty safe considering just everyone kind of kept their distance. And
Yeah. Okay. While we're on the topic, and and Tim knows, Wook knows, I wanted to get into this with you guys. The logistics of putting on a live show right now with Goose. Can we talk about that a little bit? Is that okay?
yeah, sure, absolutely.
It feels scary to me, but I'm assuming that there's so much
Well,
planning.
you have shows scheduled, right? Like
I
in
mean,
the fall.
Yeah.
Driving.
we waited as
Right.
long as we did to announce is because we wanted to pretty much see how everything else was working at all these drive-in places and see which ones were successful, which ones the fans liked. And then we had, Peter and Brian, our videographer, went to the Ripe show at Yarmouth and had a great time and came back with a bunch of notes on what we can do to improve it. And, we decided unanimously, like we could put on, a great production and feel confident doing that show. So I'm excited to do it. It's, it's crazy. You see all these bands announce them and everything's getting canceled in New York. And, I'm glad we just kind of waited to see, what to do. And we're going to do our best to do it right.
So it's a 2-day show, right? It's up in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
But that's sold out though, right?
Saturday, the first night we announced, is sold out. There's still, I believe, are some tickets available for Friday night. They are moving though. So
I just looked at my wife. I'm like, We're doing that. I will see you guys there.
Like I'm so excited just to like see people, and even if it's from a distance, just to be playing.
Wait,
see people
hold
out.
on a second. Hold on a second, Greg. Hook Wook up with some tickets, man. That's your job. That's like what you do, right?
No, it's all right. I'll pay for the ticket.
No,
It's fine.
Greg, hook him up with some tickets.
We'll talk.
I mean, Greg, I have had you on the show like 3 times.
Yeah, no.
We'll talk via DMs.
Yeah. Well,
Is it? I have a question. Are you guys going to be doing a live stream, possibly?
I actually don't know the answer to that.
According to management, a live stream is likely.
you guys killed it with the bingo tour. I mean,
Bingo tour was insane.
Talk about like showing the boomers how it's done. Like you guys, you kind of like invented it and really
so
took it to
cool.
the next level. It was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I for one, I appreciate that, but I can't personally really take credit except for hitting things. But as far as like,
You hit things pretty darn well.
You're a very good hitter of things.
Honestly, it was really just like Peter and her whole production team, like just figuring out all the tech they needed and everything. And one big thing with everything we do is like we don't like to half-ass anything. And if we're gonna do it, we're gonna make sure it's gonna be perfect. And we're just really fortunate to have this team of people that work with us that are we consider them family, and they are just like each individually like the best in the industry on what they do, and they came together and just absolutely killed it.
Yeah, it's really impressive. I want to ask you a series of technical questions that probably 90% of the people watching don't care about, but I mean, I don't know, probably 25% of the drummer you are, maybe 10%. So I consider myself a drummer, not at your level, but I'm just curious on a couple of things.
Yeah.
What kit do you use?
So my newest kit, I mean, I've been playing pretty much the kit I had from high school until this fall, and I got a new kit, and it's a Tama Stark Classic Exotic Wood Series.
Nice.
One of their, I got really lucky. I mean, I was searching for a new kit for probably a good 8 months on, Craigslist, Reverb, Facebook Marketplace, and I found this guy selling this kit. It's like super limited edition, Babinga and Koa, these like rare woods, and was haggling with the guy, and then found out he was an old deadhead, and he liked Goose and gave me a pretty good deal on it. So
it's constructed with Koa?
Yeah, it's Babinga.
That's kind of cool.
With an abalone inlay.
So you name dropped in order to get a good deal.
Well, no, the guy was he was being kind of a hard ass haggling. And then at the end of the conversation, he was like, let me think about it. By the way, what's the name of your band? And I told him the next day he gets back to me and he's like, oh, I'll take your price. Like, by the way, I didn't tell you, but like I'm an old deadhead. Like I've been listening to your band all day.
That's cool.
Very nice.
What about your heads? Do you have a specific head that you're into?
Yeah, I mean, I've used I really like just Remo pinstripes. I'm not as picky with the heads. That's just always been my go-to for a number of years now, and they've worked out.
It's just kind of always been there. It's weird because some people like die and swear and like absolutely I have to have this Evans 360 or the Reno pinstripe, and like that's absolutely everything. And then other people are like, I don't care, whatever. I just hate it.
Yeah, I mean, there's like a lot that I've tried and I definitely don't like, but then there's a whole range that I don't know. It's kind of cool when you hit different kits and like they have different tones to them. It's kind of fun.
I have a nerd question for on behalf of Wook. I have a nerd question: moon gel or no moon gel?
I'm all about the moon gel.
All right,
to be about the moon gel.
What is moon gel?
Go ahead, tell him, Ben.
I was gonna answer, but I think it'd be more interesting.
I think Ben should say it.
Those at like little kid birthday parties, those little like sticky hands that you get.
Yes.
It's like pretty much that material, but a little rectangle that goes on the drum, and it just kind of dampens it. It just
Got it.
And it stops it from ringing as much.
It's like back in the 60s, they used to put like a pack of cigarettes or a piece of tape. But
I remember
then eventually somebody was like, you know what? Let's just get something a little easier to put on that.
I once did it with a wet washcloth. I had to play a gig. I had to sub in on drums. I am an amateur drummer at best. I had to sub in on drums, and I did it with a wet washcloth on the snare drum.
Does
So
this
that was-
I saw I feel like this is that's a drink moment.
yeah, I think it is too. But
I saw in a
Get that
Volpec
drunk.
video once they used a guitar pedal as that on the snare.
Oh wow, that's really dampened.
What are
Yeah.
you guys drinking? Whiskey?
You know, cheap
Yeah, we
beer.
got some
Get a little
bourbon.
Water.
I just
B&B.
killed my Manhattans, so now I'm just drinking soda. I'm out of Manhattan. I can't mix a new one because I'm hosting a show.
Correct answer to that question was corn syrup.
Corn syrup.
You know what? The pun, it was waiting right there. It was just
Corn whiskey.
for you.
Corn whiskey.
Corn
You
whiskey.
forget that
Corn
some of us
whiskey.
are on the West
Wait,
Coast.
can I finish
That's
the technical
like-
questions? There's one more that only I am interested in. Your symbols, and this is the most important one because, in my opinion, that's what has the most distinguished sound.
If you're doing a Zildjian or pasty thing right here, are you doing that?
Sabian also is a huge
Sabian.
one.
Okay. All right, Ben.
Those are not my ideal setup. It's kind of a collection of what I've gotten over the years.
That's so cool, though. That's such a cool answer, right? That's so not like sold out, like, I'm sponsored
yet.
by Zildjian. I have their Dark Crash.
I mean, it's like one step at a time. I finally got my dream shells, the drum set, and next is cymbals, and then it's gonna be all these toys and things from there.
What are your dream symbols? How about that? Is that a better question?
Don't ask that because he might get sponsored, and if he says the wrong thing right here,
the 20 people watching our show are gonna really matter.
Well, internet's forever.
You never know.
Who cares? Is
You never know.
I've been in touch with companies, and I've pretty much been told that once shows start happening again, I'm like a shoe-in to be sponsored. But right now, like if anyone wants to hook me up, I will. I can be bought. That's what I'm saying.
I've been entirely for sale.
I want to put that on a loop because that's the best answer I've ever heard in my life because it's the absolutely correct, honest answer as a guy that struggled in bands like throughout the 90s. Sorry.
Chai was in a band, by the way.
What instrument did you play?
I played keyboards. Sorry.
I mean, really, any of the top cymbal companies, they all have equivalent lines that I'd be able to find the kind of sound I'm looking for. So I played Zildjian the same.
And if it's slightly less, that extra paycheck will definitely make it sound okay.
Yeah.
Hey Ben, I have a question for you. I haven't been to a live Goose show. What are your crowds like? Are they really like demographically? Are they super young? Like what would you say?
I think we're really lucky with what our crowd is like. We have such a mixed crowd. There's a lot of, I mean, really all ages. We get like I feel like a lot of the older deadheads and people that have been on the scene for a while tend to like us. But I mean, I don't know. Honestly, like from the way I see it, we have one of the most like friendly, welcoming, awesome crowds. There's a lot of like professional partiers out there.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I couldn't be happier with what our fan base and what our crowd.
So boomers can come, Chad. Yes, you're welcome to come.
Well, no, but before you're older than me. Before the show, I was watching some of the Peach Fest, which was awesome. But I was wondering if that was like a good representation of your crowd, or because it's a festival, it was different. Also, the question that Llama wants to ask, which he's not here, but how's the nitrocy? Is it?
So as someone
the publicist took over right there. I was kidding about that fucking last question. I don't care what.
No, let him.
As someone who spends more time in the crowd than Ben,
okay,
I can probably give you an apt answer to at least one of the two questions. The other one you'll have to come to a show to find out. But I think post Playing in the Sand, and granted there weren't a ton of shows after Playing in the Sand, but there was a massive influx of silver ponytails, as I like to call them. And I think with Connecticut, you get a nice pressed shirt douchebaggery in the nicest of ways.
Yeah, sure.
Mexico, though.
But no, it runs the gamut of young to old, and yeah, I just thought I'd dive in.
Ben, no, awesome. And by the way, Kev does have a silver ponytail. We have
so
video. It kind of, yeah. Well, Ben, where did you guys first did you guys ever have like a bar residence? Like, were you guys ever like, like the Beatles had Hamburg, or the Cavern Club? Did you guys ever have that?
Yeah, I mean, for the first couple years of Goose, at least, we were just kind of like a Connecticut bar band that, tried, doing what we could outside of the area. But there was this place in Sono in Norwalk, Connecticut, called O'Neill's Irish Pub. And we just go like rage that place. And it would be so funny because it'd be a mix of like half our friends there to see a jam band show, and then half like, people in polo shirts out to like be at an Irish pub. And we had a lot of good times at that place for many years.
Ben, did you ever play in Danbury?
I don't think we ever played in Danbury. A venue in Danbury?
There's a venue. So when I was in high school, there was a venue that everybody, including like my high school band, used to play at called the Empress Ballroom. But like more recently, I don't know where people would play, but I had to ask.
I don't think so. I don't know if I've ever been to Danbury. I know it's not too far from me, but I don't think I've been there.
Do you have any plans? Sorry.
Oh no. It was a very stupid question, but I've been watching
Good questions.
The last week tonight. Hasn't he had a
the Danbury thing?
Yeah, like the fuck Danbury.
Yeah, on John Oliver. My friend
John Oliver, that's it.
Watch the show. But it's so he just like went on this tirade like fuck Danbury, and that's where I'm from, and it was very funny. So I guess Danbury is like naming
the
something.
sewage treatment plant after John Oliver.
Yeah.
To which all of his followers went, awesome. That's hilarious.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Man, he's so refreshing. I actually know somebody from Danbury your age, but I don't want to do this live, so I might message you and see if you know somebody.
I have to ask
a question, if that's okay. Have like the other hosts and guests, have you guys seen Goose?
I haven't, and I was gonna ask, do you guys want to come play in Toronto when shows are a thing again?
Yeah, I mean, I want to come play like as much as possible.
Get your passport.
I love.
I'm going crazy not playing shows. I'm definitely down to play whatever. I've been trying to just get out there, do some side project stuff, and jam with some buddies from other bands, and do as much as possible. So
I love.
I want to see Goose so bad.
So hold on, Ryan. I love you shooting your shot. You're like, I'm 19 years old. I have one shot to talk to the Goose. I'm gonna try to get them up to Toronto to play a gig, preferably
play here,
like within 2 miles of my house. Like, good shot. Dude.
I didn't know who Goose was before 6 months ago.
and also don't play here between mid-June and late August.
Yes, summer.
I won't be.
We learned about that earlier in the show.
Like his birthday would be good if you could figure out what his birthday.
November in Toronto.
Yeah,
that's the ideal situation.
We'll just do a Toronto, like just a residency there. We'll just play every week.
I'm in.
Ryan, show the lake. Show the lake. That's a great place for a show.
That's true. You might get
look
told.
at that. Ben,
Greg, book it.
You could thank Phish Twitter for introducing me to Goose though, and meeting Greg because he explained jive to me in this several parts. The one time he was on the lot.
Did anybody on this call try to go to Toronto 2013 for Phish?
I was at camp. I would have been there, but I was at camp.
Okay, like summer camp.
That was my little brother's first show. He was 5.
Okay, yeah.
Nice.
I had like the opportunity to make the crucial error of getting in the car with someone after SPAC and going to Toronto irresponsibly. That's like what were jobs in 2013, something I didn't have. And I didn't go, and I'm happy I did. It was like that canceled show, but I did buy the print, so I have like this misprint show, this misprinted print.
Oh, the streetcar one, right?
Yeah,
the snail.
With the snail.
I have that in my house. Yeah.
How do you know that? How do you know that, Ryan?
It's in my music room. I stare at it when I'm playing, when I'm jamming.
Sorry. That's freakish.
It's there. It's on the wall.
Freakish. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So, my memory retains things.
Okay.
I was just thinking, do these digital shows count for stats? Does Bingo Tour count? Because
have I been to 4 Goose shows?
I think Bingo Tour should count for stats. I mean, that's
all right.
I think it depends. If you got involved and did the physical exercises, I think it should count. But if you didn't,
is it going to be Goose 2.0 when you start touring again?
I don't care. I don't think so.
I love that Kevin has been sitting on that question for like an hour. Like he's like, I know exactly what I'm going to ask Ben. And I get to talk to him.
Greg's like, hey Ben, I got these buddies that do this stupid online show. You want to call in from the? Oh yeah, sure, it'll be fine. What are they gonna? It'll be fine. And then all of a sudden we start asking these questions.
Oh, we've talked before, and I'm having a good time. This is great.
We're 10 seconds away from asking you to play a track that you recorded today, by the way.
Can you?
I have a question. I don't know if I'm gonna get in trouble for.
Wait,
Ryan,
hold that.
Ryan, we're about to hear a live Greg.
Oh,
No.
was it? Wait, was that serious?
Yeah, we're serious.
Oh, wait,
serious.
I'm shutting up. I will shut up.
We're always so serious. Ryan, you're fine.
Everybody,
have you met Ben from Goose? Ryan, have you guys met?
We just did.
Yeah,
we've been. I asked him a question.
Someone from Canada doesn't get that joke.
Oh, this is from the forthcoming album I should have released 10 years ago. It goes type 2 after that, but we can't.
So, are you playing guitar?
That's sick.
That's actually my buddy Ian on guitar. I did everything else on the track except for the drums. So I guess
That's a sick track, though. It's cool.
Awesome.
So yeah, I was like really fucking up vocals before it was 7 o'clock and time to call in. So this is perfect
We
time.
saved you.
It really invokes like a lot of that 70s kind of Curtis Mayfield kind of.
Oh, Curtis Mayfield,
you know,
good comp. I
Cross
think.
110th Street, whatever his name was, Hathaway.
Whatever his name. Yo, it's good to see you guys again. I want to say also congratulations on season 2.
Thank you and welcome. You're on the second episode.
Yeah.
Greg, you're, I think, officially, besides the Wook Plus guys, you've been on the most episodes of the lot now.
Yeah, we'll talk maybe next time about my deep-seated need for attention.
I will fire any one of these guys to have you on the team. You let me know you have a spot.
Just to be fair, Greg did bribe us with Ben from Goose. He was like, if you let me back on the show, I'll drag Ben from Goose on with me.
But also, to be fair, I did tell Greg he was welcome without Ben. No offense, Ben, I love you, but
of course,
Greg's my buddy. Greg, anytime you want to call in, you're always welcome.
Greg, you're the best. Ben, man,
you're welcome to, Ben, anytime.
Yeah, Ben, like I was saying, I was watching that Peach Fest today, and I texted Wook as I was watching it, and I'm like, shit, man, this guy's the real deal, man. You got, I mean, do you know how good you are? Seriously.
How old were you when you realized that you were there?
Yeah, how old? That's a better way to ask the question.
I mean, I've heard things, but it's funny. I'm one of those people who walks off stage and is always like, damn, I wish I played better. So I'm never really happy with where I'm at, but
you have the confidence to get through a set though, right? Like you're never in a mid set and like, oh shit, am I gonna get through this? Because like for the amateurs that aren't as good as you, that's the thought. Like I'm in the middle of a jam and all I want to do is get through this jam without completely screwing up.
Yeah, I think if people really realize like how much I'm kind of constantly freaking out in my head, they would be surprised.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that's not just for like the lowly drummers.
No.
That's always the thought. Is like, don't fuck this up.
Every
Don't fuck
creative though. That's every you and Jaqui would actually have a great band. Jaqui is an amazing guitarist, and she thinks that she's not worthy of playing professionally. Greg, you need to get Jaqui up to Toronto in the studio. I'm just working connections here. Like
And
you guys
Clyde.
don't have to do it, but
Studios in Brooklyn.
Okay, in Brooklyn.
I'm in Toronto though. So
Okay, we get Ryan. You play bass.
I play keys.
Keys. Come on,
You
man.
do play. I see you play keys. You're good too. You're fucking good too, Ryan. I'm sorry. I
Thank you.
I should have said that. I saw you playing with your dad.
Yes.
Your 49-year-old dad.
That would be the family band.
That's our family Phish cover.
Storm Free.
Did I mention my internet was out for a while?
Should
we
bring
have
on-
we have a great band here. Kev, what do you play? Tambourine. You're on tambourine. That's it. You're on tambourine.
I got a tambourine in the other room. I did.
Yeah, okay, it's covered. We got a band. We're all coming to Brooklyn. We're in Brooklyn, right?
I used to play oboe, but it's been 30 years.
Really?
so-
You were a double reader?
Yes, I was a double
Wow.
reader.
Oh, we need a double read. We don't have one of those yet. Oh,
We,
sweet.
we didn't have an oboe in the band. Go figure. I was thinking, you know what we need in this band is a fucking
reed.
oboe.
Yeah.
But where are we gonna find an oboe player? Who knew there was
Why
one like
not?
the whole time?
Yep. We did it, guys. We did it.
Ryan,
You know, we actually have guests in the waiting room if you
Oh,
want
no.
to continue. Or we could just go with this. I'm fine with that.
No, bring him in. We need more help. You guys, Ben, Greg, can you stick around?
Well, if you can, it's cool, but
Yeah.
you're welcome to.
you know, technically it's my session right now, so I'm bleeding money by the second. No, I'm kidding. We'll stay on for a couple minutes.
All right.
All right. Thank you guys, Ben. It was great talking to you, and Greg. We will
Yeah, it was
be in touch again.
it's an honor to meet you, Ben.
We'll fill
All
up.
right, how do I do this? There's 2 of them now coming up.
Are they on 2 different channels?
Yeah, which is awesome.
I
I
thought
hope
they were coming in together.
you would have thought.
Our next guests think that when it comes to Phish, there are no lyrics necessary. These guys are known for bringing you PhishJustJams.com and the all-new Phish Just Jams app. Please welcome to the lot, Chris and Brian.
Please tell me we got their names right.
You did.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
God. That's a Brian, I think. And then
I show up as Bruno because of my Italian class.
What happened to the vocal jam? I thought we were doing an a cappella song for their intro.
No, we were gonna troll them like that. They actually put in a request for Lakewood 97 Ghost, and when they ask for Lakewood 97 Ghost, they get Lakewood 97 Ghost. That's how we do
I didn't
it.
know I could request my intro music.
You don't, Ryan.
are last
It's
minute
for you. Everybody
I'm
else.
not high profile enough.
No,
You
no.
had to beat me first. You had to beat me in trivia
Right.
first.
I mean, no offense, Ryan. We have the fucking drummer from Goose. We have Jaqui fucking Kaplan.
I'm just a
and we
guy
have the
who
founders
knows.
of Phish
Ah,
Just
yeah,
Jams.
No, I'm just a 19-year-old who knows a concerning amount about fish. That's my claim to fame.
Depends on you.
I love you, Ryan. You're cool. It's cool.
Thank
It's
you.
cool.
We're
Thank
good.
you.
We're good.
We should talk about Phish Just Jams though, because
You talk about Phish Just Jam.
The cool app.
right now.
it is the app is awesome. The app is, I mean, the site was cool, but the new iOS app is it's pretty awesome. I mean, it helps me with work, to be honest. Like I have to thank you guys right at the top of this. I would not be surviving my work weeks without your services. So thank you.
Right? That's actually why we created it to start with. I would just sit around at work and I can't listen to lyrics. They distract me too much. So I had
Same.
I had the 97 Just Jams track, which was created way back in 97, 98. And then I would switch to classical music sometimes. And then, we decided to start cutting up some new Phish Just Jams tracks.
So how long have you guys been doing this? How long has Phish Just Jams been available?
We started the website 5 years ago. So middle of July 2015.
Do you have, I should know this, but I'll ask, how much of the catalog or how much of Phish's music have you actually gotten through? Is it a substantial amount of it, or are you still just getting
So we go from 1993 all the way up to the most recent shows.
Wow.
Wow.
How much work is that? That's crazy.
It is untold hundreds of hours of work with the
We thank you.
So what's your best 93? What's your best 93 jam?
Oh,
Wow. Into this awkward disjointed where people throw in questions and there's
Yeah,
no
just come in with
cohesion
that,
to
like,
the interview.
right out of the gate. Just like, what's your best 93? Go.
Murat
Oh.
Gin is a great one. I love all sorts of the Weekapogs from '93. They were just crazy back then. So yeah, some random Weekapog or like I said, that Murat Gin.
You guys are all randomly jumping in and now nobody's jumping in. All right,
I
that's
have
fine.
something coming out about my top 9 from '93, and of course the gin's on there, but a lot from that 6 or 7 days around the gin there's some pretty incredible jams going on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the August '93 is
The chat has a question for you.
All right, Llama, what does the chat have to say?
Evidently they have Androids and they would like to know when they're going to get a free app. So, if you could
Wow.
answer that.
Yeah, so actually before there was the website, there was an Android app. I'm just a software engineer. I don't do app development normally. I've only done it for Phish, the Android Phish Jams and then the iOS Phish Jams. And with the Android, it's just, like I said, it started 5 years ago and has, just fallen out of, as they keep making updates, I didn't keep up with it. And so it's no longer available in the App Store. So I would probably have to go back and build it largely from scratch just because of how quickly the app world changes. So I'd have to look at that. And it's a huge labor. It takes a lot of time. I worked on the iOS app from March until right up until we released it a couple weeks ago. So it's just, when I feel I have that time to do it. I'm actually an Android person myself. And we didn't have an iOS app for years because I didn't have an iPhone and I didn't have a MacBook Pro. But earlier this year, I had to get them for work. So I said, well, who knows how long I'll be at this job, but let me, take advantage of it while I've got it. So
Brian, I'm sorry. You said this was your first app you've ever developed?
The only apps I've ever developed were I developed for Android 5 years ago, the Phish Jams, and then this one.
That's
Chris,
impressive.
Chris, how about you?
Brian does all of the technical stuff with the app.
Yeah.
I handle all of the social media stuff. So after he's done with his work is when I'm able to do my stuff and try to share it as much as we can.
So my question for the both of you, which is the first of you then to say, I'm sorry? When something goes wrong in the business communication, which is the first guy to say, I'm sorry?
Well, I mean, I'm going to say me. I would imagine that Brian would say himself. So it's going to depend on, whoever happens to be, talking at that time. Let's put it that way.
I have a question. Is there any interest in doing a Goose Just Jams? And how do we make that happen? Because that would be phenomenal also.
I mean, as far as adding other bands, I would just, really have to know the band or have somebody else who's willing to cut up all the tracks.
Hey, Brian, by the way, this is Ben Atkind. Is it Atkind? I think I'm saying that right?
Yeah.
This is a drummer of Goose.
Yeah,
So hey, now you know somebody from Goose.
I was watching before we came on. So it's we've had requests for a couple of other bands as well, just jams.
So did you have to work with Phish Inc? Like, how does that work with licensing and stuff, or is it all just it's tapers and re-listen and all that?
Yeah, so it's we fall under the same rules that Phish.in or Phish Tracks, any of those do. Phish allows you to record and then broadcast and whatever. You just can't do anything they haven't released for free. So we have very few soundboards on there. The ones we do have are the ones that are from the archives. Were released from the archives.
Yeah. Which one? This might be Chris because he said social media. I just wanted to throw a thank you out because whenever I do the jam brackets, you guys are right in there and help with the playlist for the jam.
Shout out for
awesome.
making one for the Phish.net bracket. That was much appreciated.
All right, Ryan, we get it. You do brackets too. Thanks.
Those brackets are a lot of fun. Anytime we can have those playlists to build, it's just basically another great option for people to listen to and share. You can still listen to any of the 3.0 jam bracket that we made for you guys earlier. That's still up on the site. So
That's so cool. That was like that type of community involvement really, I thought, brought it to the next level. And it was really great of you guys to help out like that. Actually, that was kind of what introduced
it
me.
was
I
our-
think the first one you did.
Definitely our pleasure.
Awesome. I just had a brain lapse. So if anybody wants to jump in, I might want to just collect myself for a second. No, it's all right. It's you two. We'll be awkward for a minute.
I gotta cut some tracks.
All right, Greg.
All right.
I literally stepped away for 2 seconds and it fell apart.
Much love though to you guys. I'm hoping the pandemic won't last for long enough that we'll need 5 seasons, but until then, I'm down to join anytime.
Well, we're gonna keep this going on the
Great to
actual
meet you
lives,
guys.
too.
Take care, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having me
Cheers,
on.
guys.
Greg,
You guys.
yes, everybody.
Play eye to eye on the Saturday drive-in show for Becky, please.
Oh, bam! Jackie sneaking it in last second.
Like it.
The request eye to eye.
Does anybody else think Ben looks like a young Fish? By the way,
A little bit.
I
little
see
bit.
that a little bit of Fish face. Yeah.
I do want to be Fish when I grow up. So
Oh, you're well on your way, senor. You're well on your way, man.
All right, later.
Later.
Guys,
Thank
have a
you
good one.
guys.
I gotta head out too. I'm burning so much data right now. So
Oh,
Yeah, I get it. Ben
Go
leaves,
give
you
a
leave. It's
goose
fine.
thank you guys.
Yeah,
Thank
Don't
you guys so
forget
much for
Ryan has a
having me on.
bracket. Ryan has a bracket, so you might want to check that out.
Yes.
Bye.
Yes.
Thank you
And
guys.
thanks for playing.
Hey,
Really.
we'll talk about the Wook
Anytime.
games
Anytime.
Bye.
Yes.
and about .NET collaboration.
Enjoy dinner and a movie. I'm there in spirit.
We'll see you
All right.
online,
All right.
babe.
Have
Bye.
fun at camp.
That just cleared up.
Wow, I couldn't wait for those fucking fuckers to get out of here.
No.
Gee, right?
I was
God
so
damn.
sick. Like Greg and Ben and Ryan were just pissing me off. the whole
So,
time.
so Brian, when did you start seeing
Was
Fish?
that sarcasm, Chad?
Yes, of course it's sarcasm. Go ahead with your question, Kevin.
When did you start seeing Fish? We ask everybody this.
So that 723 Lakewood Ghost. That was my second show. The first show was the night before.
Very nice. Very
Why
nice.
did you lead with your second show?
I like the Lakewood Ghost better than the Mics or Disease from the previous night. They're all great though.
The Lakewood Ghost gets like Mount Rushmore status amongst fans.
Yeah.
Wait, did we lose Chris while I lost connection?
Chris is gone, and
Oh
everybody
man,
and Ryan didn't like us once Goose was gone. Ryan's
yeah,
like, I'm
Ryan
outta
was
here.
like, "I'll just bail out." Ryan, man, Jackie, you guys have to carry a lot of weight. Brian, do you play an
I'm
instrument?
a lot older than
So
Ryan, just for the record. He's
Uh,
our teacher.
I play the piano.
Oh, welcome, brother. How you doing?
Chad plays keyboards.
You drank.
has anybody tried to like cover Fish? Like you guys, any Fish songs you guys like to try to cover?
Right now?
No, just like
Right now,
when
that's
they're
sad.
playing. You know what I mean? Like my knowledge and total everything I know about music comes down to sand blocks. That's all I know how to play.
Damn,
And that's what they
Ross.
give people who can't play music.
You own
So-
sand blocks right now?
No, I wish I no.
We'll
You
have
know
to
what?
send you some.
Yeah, I was
No.
gonna say that's getting sand
Yeah.
blocked next week.
All
What
right.
about the finger symbols? Everybody can do the finger symbols.
Oh, don't you shit on finger cymbal players like that. That's a talent. That's a
You guys
Anyways.
organizing our band?
We're
Yes.
trying to. We're
Well,
trying.
we're trying to
Without-
figure out what their favorite Fish song. to play.
Without your leadership, we were lost. Though that was a really bad segment. Don't ever leave us again, Wook. That was
So
terrible.
sorry.
And please ask Brian a question before we all just make assholes of ourselves.
Brian, what is your favorite way to eat a corn
Oh
cob?
God.
Straight across or rotating? I have a toy corn cob. By the way.
Very nice.
Apparently, we had Food Week was a theme for my toddler.
Wait,
last
There
week,
you go.
so
let's
we
give
had
him time to
props.
think about it. Give him time to think about it.
I like the typewriter method across, then rotate across.
Chink.
Nice. Good answer. Good answer.
You got to end on the downstroke. Wow.
I still have the corn food in my basement from fucking 15 years ago.
What is
In a
corn
box.
food? What is corn food?
Corn, he has a plastic piece of corn, and you have little boxes of cereal, and they have the kitchen set up, plastic thing. Does she have the whole
Oh.
kitchen?
So it's not
Pots
actually
in the
Yeah,
bins?
yeah, yeah. We have a whole
not actually
kitchen.
food. You can't eat it.
No.
It's embarrassing because with the set came like a fast food, fries, and a soda. And whenever she sees that, she's like, Dada. I'm like, oh, I'm the one in the family that gets the crap food. I'm not a good role model.
Got it with the Shake and Shake or whatever. Shake and Shake, whatever you got out there.
All right, West Coast.
I don't know, East Coast.
Wait, Chad, you're on West Coast?
Me?
Chad's
I'm
in LA.
I'm in Echo Park.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah, we're neighbors. Hi.
And Llama is the hub. He's in the middle of the country. He keeps us all together. We
I'm
circle
in the
around
corn
him.
capital, Iowa.
True, he is in Iowa.
So, Chris and Brian, are you guys related, or are you friends, or brothers, or
Brothers. Yeah, brothers. I'm the older brother, and is the younger one.
did you introduce Brian to Phish? Were like you the mentor?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have said mentor, I guess, before, but I did take him to his first couple shows. I think kind of at the time that I would be, I guess, mentoring him, we weren't living in the same city or anything. So it would be more like, hey, this is what I'm listening to. And then he would, pick up on that as well.
Yeah, I mean, I use the word mentor loosely, I guess, but like my older brother brought me to my first dozen shows or whatever. And I think I find like the majority of Phish fans I talk to, probably the vast majority, I would say, I don't know, making up a percentage, 97.5% had an older friend or older sibling that was like, a mentor type that introduced them. So that's cool that you're both here. I mean, I think with my brother and I, that's probably a really important part of our relationship. And obviously you guys developed a website and an app together. So I'd imagine that's a big part of your relationship is the band and the music. Chris, then you were the first one then, right? To see Phish and introduce to Brian. How did you get into it? Did you have a mentor or a guide?
Yeah, I probably did. It was probably kind of towards the end of my high school, beginning of college. I had a couple friends who were interested in Phish, and I started listening to them and getting kind of progressively more. I guess it's kind of like everybody. It's just like a little bit at a time, and all of a sudden you're just like a total addict to it. So that's kind of how it was for me. I had somebody friends in high school and college who kind of got me into it. And then I moved from there. And then that's when I started, passing it on to my brother kind of.
Is it a little bit at a time? Chad, sorry, you go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say, inversely, my little brother, who does, incidentally, the theme song for The Lot, if you watch from the very beginning.
Oh, nice.
My little brother turned me on to Phish. Like, I had heard of Phish because I listened to The Dead, and then somebody gave me a couple bootleg tapes of Phish. I was like, oh, these guys are cool. But it was my little brother responsible for saying, like, hey, they're playing in Rosemont on Halloween. You want to go? And I was like, yeah, let's go.
Oh, nice.
And you know what I'm saying? So it's like we bought the tickets. And it was my little brother, 5 years younger than me, that kind of dragged me into Phish, and I never looked back.
But it's still the mentor mentality, though.
But yeah, but it's just interesting that it's the little brother that drags along the older brother. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's unique.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting that Chris was saying it was a little bit at a time, because my experience was like, just bathing myself in the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, I was
like people say drink the Kool-Aid. I was just like head first, like, yep, this is it. You have a sip and you're like, well, I guess I know what I'm doing with the next 30 years of my life.
It took me 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you saw him in what, like 88, 89?
89, yeah.
I was gonna, bring that up when Ben was back on earlier and talk about playing in bars. I was gonna say, like, when you start seeing Phish in bars like Kev did, like, that's a whole different experience than being like
you were there drinking.
With light.
It was $5 to get in the door, and you went there because they had 25-cent Pabst.
I don't think we had a rule for this, but drink. I feel like that's a drink.
I already. Did you see me already raising my glass? I was like, I knew it was coming. Yeah.
It was a totally. I stood there and was hitting on the bartender. They're playing "You Enjoy Myself." You know, it wasn't earth shattering to me at that moment. It was something to do on a Sunday night.
Hey Brian, what do you mix on?
So we don't actually do any mixing. We just take the
or edit, I guess.
So Chris is the one who does all the cutting right now.
Chris?
Audacity is Audacity is what we use.
My favorite.
I think
I
that's
love
what Brian
Audacity.
was using in the beginning part, and then as I've continued it, we just use Audacity.
So, do you have a formula about, like, is it right after the last word of the vocals, or do you wait for the phrase to change? Like, is there like an art to where you choose to start your jams, or is it just the split second after the last word? You're like, all right.
Yeah, it's kind of. Well, it's usually kind of when they get to the improv part of a jam. So, like, let's say Down with Disease or A Light, like at the little, it's got, you know, the riff at the end, and really as soon as Trey hits like the last note of the like structured riff, and they go into the jam, that's what pretty much, like, anytime that's going to be something different than the normal version. Is kind of right when we started. Like tweezers, diseases, stuff like that, they get to it right away. So we just get to it pretty much as soon as the like structured part of the song is over.
I mean, there's the whole, you know, you've heard the 10,000 hours theory about being an expert. You have to, I think it's Malcolm Gladwell, maybe. How many hours of live Phish have you fucking guys listened to? Like, that's like, I mean, it has to be a record.
Well,
dwarfing the 10,000 easily.
Yeah.
Well, there are 3,000 tracks on the site, which is if you were to.
I just looked. It's 21 days.
If you hit play on the first track in '93 and took the shuffle off, it would play for over 3 weeks straight without. So.
Have you listened to every track?
To every note?
At this point, I would say,
yeah.
That's impressive.
That is impressive.
And if only I didn't go back to Tahoe Tweezer 97 times, I probably could catch up, but I'd keep listening to the same jams over and over again.
There's about 8,200 hours in a year, so you've listened to Phish for over a year straight if you've hit 10,000 hours.
Yeah.
You doing, man?
If you you know what, we have Google Analytics set up, and so we know how many times each track has been played and whatever. So it is interesting to see. Obviously, a track like Tahoe Tweezer has got you know, dozens or hundreds of plays, but you know, there's no tracks that have no plays. There's no tracks that even have like under 10 plays. So we actually just went through a couple weeks ago, or a month and a half ago, was the 5 years since we first opened up, and so we looked through all those stats, and you know, it's really interesting to see how that goes and which tracks are, you know, just.
Do you know what your most played jam is, or most played track is?
Chris, you want to take this?
I'd have to look it up, but off the top of my head, I know the Beth sound check was extremely high, and I think one of the ones that won
197 cities.
Oh yeah,
that one was really up there.
Deer Creek, from Deer Creek, that they went into good times, bad times.
No, Amsterdam.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, that one's
Phish, yeah.
Yeah,
which is interesting because that has a really high quality Phish release too. So it, you know, like I would imagine it'd be one that like doesn't have a big studio, or not studio, but
I'm fascinated. I'm fascinated by there being 0 no plays on every track, which, you know what, actually, now that I think about it, you guys listen to it. So therefore, like, that's where those 10 listens, like,
the heart of the site is that generally, you know, we default to shuffle mode. So, if you go onto the sites and you don't, mess with it at all, when it goes to the next track, it's just going to go to any old random track.
Right, which is how I listen to it. I think that's probably the preferred way to listen to it.
Exactly.
I like it because it's like when it's in the middle of a type 2 jam and you're like working, not paying attention, all of a sudden you have to it's a fun challenge to be like, wait, what am I in?
Yeah, what is this? Yeah, what is this?
And if it's really if it's type 2, it's kind of hard to tell, It's like, I mean, there's, certain jams you can tell, but
without naming a specific song, I will say that there are definitely Phish songs that I'm like, get to the jam. Like where I'm sort of like, yeah, I got you. Get to the jam. I'm not gonna name.
What?
Nothing.
All right.
He said a dirty word.
Oh.
Simple.
Jaqui.
That would be simple for Llama, right?
Jaqui, do you what's your favorite song to cover on guitar from Phish? Do you have one?
Phish.
Do you have a Phish cover? You want me to teach you Waste? I got you.
I know how to play that.
Oh, okay.
I play like some Phish, but not a ton of Phish. I'm always like, I don't know. I think Trey is so good, and I'm really intimidated to try to. But I mean, I know how to play a handful of songs. Like Mountains in the Mist is really fun to play, or like to play around with It's Ice or something. Like there's a lot of fun things.
I was just thinking we should do a collaborative bracket with the Phish Just Jams. Take the 64 most played jams and have a Phish Just Jams bracket.
Ooh.
Right, based on the seating. The seating would already be done. That would be a really fun way to listen to
something we
some.
could probably arrange.
I love this on the spot collaboration. We're just like, I had an idea. Let's run with it.
We've come up with a lot of ideas tonight.
I would definitely be down for a
band,
a Phish Just Jams bracket.
Chris,
I guess I reach out to you for that.
Yeah.
Or I guess the PJJ Twitter account.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
I think we got Jaqui a record contract, if I'm not mistaken. That happened.
We should get Jaqui Just Jams.
Well, we really need everybody to get corn shirts.
Oh, yes, and we're all buying corn shirts.
This is the most random episode ever. Jesus Christ.
What happened?
So have you ever used I took my kids to a farm museum and we made corn husk dolls. Have you ever done this?
I don't know what you're talking about, but it sounds great.
Nobody ever does. It's okay.
You take the corn husk off and then you like bend it around and you take other pieces and tie it and make them into little people, little dolls.
Voodoo?
No, it was done in colonial times when kids had no toys.
Cool. I'm gonna do that like immediately.
So in your childhood.
Yes, in my childhood, yes, exactly. Chad's tuning his guitar for us.
I want to hear him play.
Ryan's gone, man. Actually, I was thinking I was about to wrap and get ready for this show. So I thought it would be appropriate to play off of Phish Just Jam's website. And only a few people are going to get why this is funny to me. All right.
Okay, but just before you do that, I want to say, if you're watching, Travis, stay out of the fires. We miss you. Come back next week and direct this damn show. We
need you desperately.
Need you desperately to direct this damn show. And also, oh, never mind. Go ahead. Drop it.
Well, no. So I'm playing off of Phish Just Jams. I did the random shuffle, and only a few of you will know why this is funny, but it gave me a jam from 7/17/98. It's the Gumbo Jam. Completely random. Brian, Chris, thank you so much for joining. I am a big fan of your projects. I am looking forward to it. I will be in touch. I think a Phish Just Jams bracket would be awesome. Jaqui, it's been amazing talking to you. Thank you for kind of explaining the corn thing. Kev, Llama, Chad, I'll see you guys next time.